Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. For this video, I decided that I wanted to cover something that is near and dear to my heart. And if you are subscribed to my writing channel, you already know what this is gonna be. So there is a service by the Library of Congress, and it is called the National Library Service for the Blind, or NLS.
Take picture.
And what that does
Speech off.
is it gives people who are blind or visually impaired access to books so that they can continue to read. So whether you read large print or audio or whatever it is you might read, or Braille, they can offer you books. They even have DVDs, apparently. I've never checked any of those out, but they apparently have a ton of DVDs for you to choose from. And as far as I know, NLS is available in every state. And they're also, at least in Missouri's NLS library is called Wolfner. And Wolfner, they are reviewing a couple of Braille displays to see which one is the best, and when they figure that out, they're going to contact the NLS, and they're going to offer these Braille displays to blind people for free. And I guess that's a really good option if you can't afford Braille display, because those are outrageously expensive, and I don't understand why. Because it's made for blind people, and tech for blind people is outrageously expensive. Anyway, what I wanted to do today is not only cover that they can do that, but also if you have another disability that impairs reading, such as ADHD or autism. And I'm laughing because in the newsletter they called ADHD ADD, which is a really old term for it. But anyway, if you have any kind of disability, whether it's mental or physical or whatever the case may be that impairs your reading, you can become a member of NLS for free, and you can get books that you can read. But I wanted to show my NLS player. So, the NLS players, when I first started getting them, were cassette players. If y'all are old enough to know what cassettes are, if you don't, you can Google those. But the first one I ever got was a cassette player, and I loved that thing. So here is my player. This is the power button.
Player on. Press any button to learn about its function.
And that's what happens when you turn it on with nothing in it. And you'll see that it's labeled right next to it. Rio's helping me. And up above that is the information button. And then up above that is a button for tone, so you can change the tone. And I really wish I'd remembered that
decrease
last
the
night.
volume by 1 step, press the volume
Rio's
down
still
button.
helping me
There are
apparently.
15 volume steps.
And this
You
is
cannot turn
the
volume
previous
on
element
remotely.
button. And then over here is the next element button. And then right next to that is the bookmark. And then the two buttons down at the bottom are the volume up and volume down buttons respectively. And then fast forward, play, rewind. So that's what the player looks like. You insert a cartridge, and I'll show you what that looks like right here on the bottom. And it has a cord that plugs into the wall. Mine is currently plugged in, but usually you can curl the cord into the player if it's not already plugged in. And this is Rio. This is a box that they will send your cartridges in, unless you get them off the website. So this is the casing, and I'm really hoping that it shows their address and information and not mine. Because there's a card in here that you have to turn over, and I'm really hoping that I turned this over right. Okay. So you open up your cartridge holder by these little these little strap deals, and inside you have some hooks where you can hook a cartridge, and this is what the cartridge looks like. And the official ones have Braille on them. So this is what they look like. And you hook, well, if Rio will get out of the way. Kitties. You hook the cartridge. I did it last night. Why can't I do it now? I haven't used one of these on forever. But basically, get these straps out of the way. You hook the cartridge. Rio is like extremely curious. He's like, what are you doing, Mom? You hook the cartridge in here like that. And it fits in here. And then you just close the lid, this part of the case, over, and you pull the straps out. You hold it down, close the straps, and they snap like that. Now I will show you the blank cartridge. And to do that, I'm going to have to go get it. So this is the blank cartridge that NLS will send you with the player. I don't know if they will send you more cartridges, but basically it has that little finger hole so you can like hold on to the cartridge. And then it has a little cord, a standard USB cord that plugs into it. So this is the fat end of the cord, and it plugs in to the cartridge. And then you can use it in your player. And then the other end is like your standard USB cord that you plug into a computer, and you can download files from Bard, which is the NLS's Talking Books website. It used to be called Talking Books for the Blind. And you can unzip those books onto this cartridge, and you can read them. You used to not be able to read multiple books, but I think that you can do that now. I was just reading a newsletter where it was saying that you could do that now. And now I will show you how the player works. Basically, when you get your cartridge from NLS or you download a book from Bard and you want to listen to it, you basically take your cartridge and you make sure that the USB port is up, the little thing that your cord plugs into on the cartridge. You make sure that it's facing the player. You want to be holding the little finger hole, and then you just put it in your player until it clicks.
Books. Afternoon, end of book. Press play, stop to go to next book.
And that is a new thing. So basically, you insert the cartridge and it will start playing, or at least it will tell you the title of the book, and if you want it to play, you just hit play stop.
End of
like
book.
that.
Press play, stop to go to next book.
And if there's another book, it'll play, but I've already played both books on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that out again. And it also has a headphone jack. It's a standard headphone jack, the player does. And if Rio would get out of the way again.
Tone down. Next element. Each time you press this next item button,
it also has a USB port that you can, Rio's obsessed, that you can plug a flash drive into, and that is another way that you can listen to books and music also. You can listen to music with these two. Oh, and you can press the power button for the battery if it's like charging and stuff. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you liked this video enough to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're brand new. Please ring that notification bell. Make sure it's set to all notifications. Leave a comment if you have something to say. Like my Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Odyssey. All those links can be found on my YouTube page below the About section, and I also have an email address that you can find in the About section and down in the description below that you can email me at, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, guys.